It's all homes in Galveston. So I'm like looking through Airbnb, trying to find my property on the map with any of the factors I know that were available, the guest numbers, all that stuff, and I can't even see it to find it to show you guys. I have to run ads for my own self to find my own property, apparently through Airbnb. So, like, let's just do this. Hey, everybody! I wanted to share with you a little bit of my walkthrough about how to do short-term rental advertising. And honestly, it's like one of those things that, for me as a digital marketer, it's a no-brainer to treat a business like this and have ads running for increased bookings and increased exposure. It's like law of averages. If you show it to more people, then you have more likely chances of more people booking you. And even though there are a lot of variables, like I don't know if people are actually going to rent that day or that week or whatever we have available, but staying top of mind is one of the things I use in real estate. So when you're constantly running ads, you're like, oh, that Crystal Beach place sounds pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and stay there. Why as well? Hey, family, we're going to take a vacation. Why not? Let's do it. So hopefully this helps a little bit. I don't know, but if there's any questions, obviously, we are trying to create a support system and lots of people are helping out. So, check it out and see if it works for you. Slowly feel around you, the amazing things you see. Well, I don't know if this is necessarily the best thing. Well, can you see my capsack okay? So, I'm Mike. I'm going to walk through setting up my Facebook ads for my Crystal Beach property. So basically, I've been running Facebook ads for about 6 weeks or something of the sorts. I've gone through 3 iterations of the ads, starting off with a what I call a spaghetti test. Essentially, just throw a bunch of stuff at the wall and see what kind of sticks. So essentially what it is you just try a bunch of different images, so about 10 images. You have 5 lines of text that are going to be the head main thing people see. It's called primary text. It's what people will usually see when they're posting on Facebook. Then on the very bottom, you'll see like a gray bar and it has a black text in it. That's called the headline. And right below that black text is something called the description. So each of these text fields, you can add some sort of text in there, which I find helpful for especially like calls to action or helping people who really want to click on book now and then ultimately get into my actual Airbnb listing or my verbal listing of whichever one I'm promoting at the time, or as I'm working on a direct listing site right now, it'll eventually have both on there and people will be tracked easier with a Facebook pixel that I'll embed into my own direct booking site and then will branch to the other booking sites. So essentially I will see where people are clicking through and I can get more data from all of the internet activity, and also through the Facebook pixel I can then track all those people's web activity and then help understand what type of person that is in terms of economic expenditure, all these different factors of social economic data points that get tracked from marketing from Facebook's level. So with Meta and Facebook, they have a lot of information about us with Facebook pixels and also the web browsing cookies that happen out there. They know everything you spend and what you do online. So ultimately, why not make the most of that and help identify some of the true demographic that you should be targeting for your marketing. That being said, one really important thing to pay attention to in Facebook marketing for short-term real estate, you have to ensure that you're following the real estate marketing guidelines as well, which ultimately is like a rental or some sort of advertisement for property to be rented or purchased. You need to ensure that you're following the guidelines brought down from the federal government. You can't, discriminate against anybody. So essentially, you have to ensure that everyone who's 18 and above gets exposed to your ad. You cannot limit the age range to anyone, although I want to limit it to 25 and above. But there's ways that you can kind of trigger that 25 and above person, and it's usually with some of the content you use. But ultimately, you have to ensure that you're not discriminated against race, gender, any of that. So any of the discriminatory classes out there or classifications of anyone who could be discriminated against, you want to ensure that you're not doing so with any of the ads you're making.
So yeah, it's just a little sample of what it is. Then I go into actually detail as to how to do the ads and walk through all of that kind of stuff. It gets a little into the weeds. So I mean, really anyone can do this kind of stuff. If you need help, obviously we're here and available to ensure that this type of thing is available for you. There's my kiddo, I gotta go. But hey. Oh, and if you want to buy my actual full walkthrough, by all means, I'm trying to monetize this because, you know, honestly, it's hot out there for pimp. So hopefully it kind of gives you a little idea as to the possibilities you can do with this. Actually, because of ads, we've been able to have $23,000 in bookings for the month of June in 2022. There's so many other months that we wouldn't necessarily have been able to get what we've gotten had we have tried just reducing our rates and trying to get bookings that way. Instead, we keep our rates high and we just run ads, and then ultimately it appeals to somebody, and that somebody's going to leave a really cool review because you got a badass place. Hopefully your pictures are awesome, all those little things that are figuring it out. But ads are also a way in which you can really have a better understanding as to how you are really being received by the public. Yeah, I've got the full video walkthrough available if you'd like to purchase that, and I also have a little one sheet, kind of just a quick reference guide talking through some of the different digital marketing elements that I would recommend doing, or at least setting up for your short-term rentals that don't even involve ads. This is all stuff you can do for free, or you can have someone like myself or other digital marketers really kind of pull all these triggers for you. But you know, it's worth it, especially if you're stagnant with bookings and you're needing help. Everyone needs a little help sometimes, and especially with this algorithm update. Oh my God, Airbnb!